Do you find yourself wanting to play golf? There's one thing people need to know about golf before playing golf on a real golf course with real people. There's what we call golf etiquette. Etiquette will separate the knowledgeable from the amateurs. Generally, etiquette is what you should or should not do, while the rules are simply what you shall or shall not do. First, the basics. Probably the most considerate thing you can actually do around is yell 4. You've heard the jokes, but a dimpled projectile traveling at over 100 miles an hour can really do some damage to bones, eyes, even your muscles. If you hear this utterance from someone's lungs, proper etiquette is to take cover as best you can. Please avoid bringing cell phones to the golf course. If you must, turn them off while on the course. Having these things go off accidentally or intentionally when a player is swinging is actually considered very rude. One of the largest complaints I get at the courses that I play is the pace of play. Playing at a better pace is not about hurrying up or rushing around the course. It's simply about being more efficient with your valuable time, as well as everyone else's. Golfers are obligated to keep the game moving along and play without delay. Now that we have the basics down, once at the first tee box, be the first person to step up and introduce yourselves to new playing partners. That is always perceived as perfect golf etiquette. In a friendly play off the first tee, decide amongst yourselves the order of play. There are a multitude of ways and fun ways to determine who goes first. Another item to determine at the tee box is to determine which tee marker is for you. Tee markers allow golfers of different playing capabilities to play together. A general rule of thumb is that red tees are designated for the ladies' tees, white tees for the average player, and blue tee markers for the advanced player. Now that we're off the tee box and onto the fairway, proper play includes taking divots. In fact, if you're not taking them, you're probably not swinging very well. If you just sent a chunk of real estate the size of Texas to the next fairway, please pick it up and put it back. Replacing divots is one of the cornerstones of proper golf etiquette. And now that you've replaced your divot and are back in your cart, do not pull up behind a player that is about to play his next ball. Just as when standing at the tee to watch a fellow golfer swing, park alongside the golfer, but far enough away to avoid being a distraction. Also, watch the pesky shadows. Golfers hate that. Sometimes the question is asked, how many practice swings are allowed? Practicing your swing is actually meant for the driving range. It is not meant to be perfected on the golf course. In fact, except for the tee, practice swings when it is your turn has not always been in the rule of golf. However, no such rules exist today. Golfers are very superstitious, so you should also watch what you say. It's okay to point out the makeup of a hole, but it's another thing to say something like, watch out for the pond on your left or the hazard on the right. It's considered rude to alert a fellow golfer about impending trouble and is never appreciated. Occasionally you'll be paired up with a golfer who insists on taking mulligan after mulligan. Even though mulligan is occasionally taken during friendly play, it is illegal according to the rules of golf. The truth is, mulligans are a tremendous waste of time and are a major contributor to slow play, which can aggravate some patrons. Anyone who plays golf regularly will almost certainly have experienced instances of anger on the course. While we can all get frustrated on the course, our range can occasionally result in throwing our clubs. This is considered very bad form, and depending on the infraction, can incur penalty strokes on one's scorecard. Another important area of golf etiquette is playing through. Playing through is allowing a group of golfers behind you to play ahead of you, and is the right thing to do. However, if there were any situation in golf where people generally lose it, this is it. Letting faster players play through is the right thing to do. Most bunkers are sand traps. Sometimes they're referred to as the beach. Bunkers, however, are a bit more fragile than the sand on the shore and should be treated as such. The lips and rims of the bunkers can be easily damaged, so enter and exit the sand trap through the lower sides. Though you may be tempted, never jump in or climb the wall of a bunker. Also, before you enter the bunker, you should locate the rake before you enter. Once you have hit your sand shot, retrace your steps and pick up the rake from outside the bunker. Retrace your steps one more, rake backward to the fairway, leaving the bunker in a different direction than you came in. This makes for more footsteps to be raked over, hence slowing down the game. We finally worked our way from the tee box, through the fairway, into some bunkers, and now we're finally on the green. Before stepping on the green, leave your bags and carts outside the skirt or the fringe, which is the edge of the green. On many occasions, you can even take your bag or cart to the next tee and bring your putter back with you, but you never bring all of them to the green. Now that we're on the green, repairing ball marks is extremely important. When a ball lands on the green, it often makes a deep indentation known as a ball mark. This indentation needs to be repaired by the golfer who hit the ball. An unrepaired ball mark takes 2 weeks to heal, while a repaired ball mark only takes 2 days. Now that we're all on the green, who tends the pin? The player with the ball closest to the pin usually tends it. Do not automatically remove the pin from the cup, as the player furthest away who is putting may need the pin in the cup to help them locate the cup. If the pin is in the cup, remove it once the player putts. Now that all of our balls are on the green, there's an imaginary line that leads from all of our balls to the cup. Stepping on this line is basically equivalent to punching the player in the face. Granted, you may at times feel like doing that, but hold off until you're in a boxing ring. However, this line is the most important golf etiquette rule you can follow. Now that we've learned many do's and don'ts during the round, there's after the round. When the round ends, extend a warm handshake, take off your hats to your playing partners. This is especially good if you've had a poor round. If the game ends on a positive note and you were the one with the poor round, buying everyone a beer is encouraged.